Yo, what up guys, welcome to my guide for Osseous. This is a very early guide, so there may be some things change in the future. If there is, I will update the video and I will go ahead and unlist this one and keep that one there. However, this should include pretty much everything you need to know to get you through your kills nice and easily, and then you can improve on it from there once you sort of kill the boss and pick up a few things and tricks that you can do along the way. This is a mid-level boss, so you can do it in low-level gear for sure, which is what I'll be using in this video. And then at the end of the video, I'll leave in something where I was starting to AFK the boss in higher level gear and a rotation for higher level DPS kills too. These will all be timestamped, so don't worry. So the first thing you have to do is complete the quest Osseous Rex. This was added with the boss today, so you'll have to get that completed first. You'll need level 70 necromancy, 30 archaeology, and 20 orphan glass to repair the crystal. But you'll probably get enough of these when you are doing the quest, so you don't need to go and buy them straight away. To start the quest, you can just come with an empty inventory to the Anachronia base camp and talk to the calm archaeologist that you can see me talking to on screen. Once you've accepted the quest, he will teleport you to a location that has a teleportation device. Click on this again and you will arrive at the Rex lair. In here, talk to the archaeologist again and he's going to tell you that you need to find a crystal which is in this lair. To do that, follow where I run on screen here. Once you've arrived at the first location, activate this and then move on through the gate that it shows you on the little cutscene. Follow the path again on screen and then activate the device once again. This will open 2 more gates that you want to then walk through the path following me once again until you reach the dig site. And then just uncover the soil here and dig until you get 20 orphan glass and you get the crystal as well. Once you receive the crystal, head to any archaeology table and restore the item. And then once that's done, head back to the archaeologist, which is in the Rex lair. So you can either use the boss portal or you can get back there yourself. Talk to the archaeologist and then you'll lead through to quest complete. You'll have a bit of a cutscene and some other stuff going on, but you won't have to fight the boss. Once quest is complete, you'll be able to go back into the Rex lair, use the teleportation device to start your fight and head over to the Rex matriarch Osseous. Okay, so for gear for Osseous, it's worth noticing a few things before we actually get into it. You can use the Undead Slayer perks here, so if you have access to them, you should be using them. A Salve Amulet E will work, or you could use the Salamancy necklace as well to get increased damage and drop rates, but also you can use the Undead Slayer perk and the Undead Slayer ability. These are going to help a lot. They're going to increase your damage on the boss a lot. So if you have them, bring them along. It's also worth noting that this boss is not poisonable, so Cinderbane gloves and weapon poison will not help you out here. As for gear, this section is going to be like a minimum recommendations, I suppose. This is the low level setup that I'm going to be using. So just upgrade from here as best you can in any way possible. But of course, this is a mid-level boss, so we will be killing it in mid-level gear. First of all, I am using the full tier 70 Necromancer set, meaning the weapons, the offhand, the main hand, and the full armor set is all tier 70. It is the DPS version, so I will get the death mark as well, which is worth noting. But if you want to use the tank gear, then use the tank gear. I'm using a Salve Amulet E since it's accessible from a quest and doesn't actually cost anything. Definitely worth bringing this along if you don't have access to it. Then I'm using a Scripture of Jazz. I'm using a Ring of Fortune, but I'd just bring any better ring than this. And then I have my Nexus, which carries my Ectoplasm and all of my Necromancy runes. However, in this fight, I will not be using any incantations whatsoever. You guys should. You should use Darkness. You should use your Split Soul, that sort of stuff. But I won't be using it just for the example. I also have no perks on my gear, and I am not going to be using my Undead Slayer ability either. But again, if you have them, use them. As for prayers, I will only be using the deflect curses. Everybody else should use the best DPS curse that you have access to, of course. In the inventory, I have overloads, super prayer renewals, an adrenaline potion of some kind, super restore flask to put my prayer points back up. I have magic notepaper to note up the drops. I have vulnerability bombs, which you should have too. Then I've brought along 4 Saradomin and brew flasks, and the rest is just green blubber jellyfish. Again, any extras that you want to bring along to improve your kill, you absolutely should. Finally, for familiar choices, you should use a Calgarian demon with scrolls, or you should just bring a Hellhound to tank up some more damage. If you don't have access to either of these, then just bring a Beast of Burden with a bit of food, I guess, or a Unicorn, Bunyip, anything that's going to help you out. Okay, so starting off the fight, you're going to teleport across to a little platform that you have to jump across a route to get into the actual room. Jump across this route as quick as possible and then conjure your army of conjures straight away. This is because you'll be able to target the boss pretty quick, so you want to get these up and use the ghost command as fast as possible. It's worth noting that if you have soul split, you can pretty much soul split the entire fight depending on what level gear and stuff you have, so you could give it a go. But otherwise, turn on your protect from necromancy prayer and keep in mind that you will be using protect from ranged when you see the ranged attacks come towards you. These look like spikes from this tail, and also you will have to use protect from melee when he slams his tail down, but we'll get to that in just a sec. So start with protect from necromancy and then start attacking the boss, doing as much damage as you can. The main thing you want to look out for at the beginning is he's going to slam his tail down onto the ground. When this happens, you want to be protecting from melee. Once it does this, there's going to be some dinosaurs spawn around the room behind you, and they'll start running towards the boss. These are actually going to heal the boss, so you do need to kill them, but the best way to do this is, as you can see me on screen, just letting them get to the boss, and then you can either do one of two things. Once they get into melee distance of the boss, you can just blow up your zombie and these will likely get one shot and be dead. However, it does seem like on the first rotation, he does his tail swipe pretty quick for the second time, and this is going to push the dinosaurs back and then they'll focus on you this time around. You're going to get stunned, so either anticipate just before they reach the boss or free them once you get stunned, then target them, make sure your zombie reaches them into melee distance and then blow up your zombie. So in short, you can either blow up your zombie as soon as they hit melee distance and kill them all straight away, or once they've been pushed away, and then when they all pile on you, use your zombie to kill them at that point. Either way, you definitely want to kill these off because the next mechanic is going to make you regret it if you don't. After a few more auto attacks from the boss, he is then going to hold you in place and you will take a typeless damage hit for every dinosaur that was left on the field. You need to kill these because if they blow up, you will blow up. If there are no little dinosaurs left, you will take a very small typeless hit and you can go back to killing the boss. After another few auto attacks, he is then going to pull you in close to him and you'll have to deal 5,000 damage to be able to break free from this. You then need to press escape or surge away from him to make sure you are far enough away that you don't take a big typeless damage hit. So basically, as soon as you get pulled in, use Finger of Death, use a weapon spec, use some Volley of Souls, something that hits hard, and just press escape. Once this is done, you've pretty much done the full rotation, so you go back to DPSing and keep an eye out for the mechanics repeating. He's going to do a tail swipe, so you protect from melee, then he's going to conjure some more dinosaurs, they'll go back in. This time, they will have enough time for you to blow up the zombie before they get pushed away. I'm not sure why you get longer this time than the other, but they'll start healing, blow up the zombie, and then he'll do the rest of the mechanics as you've just dealt with them until the boss is dead. Once that's done, congratulations, you've killed Osseous. Nice and easy boss, very good bridge between this and Raksha. Jagex has absolutely done a great job with this, and it's nice to see some mid-level bosses in the game for mid-level players. Okay, so what about you high-level players that want to either AFK this kinda, or you want to blow it up? Well, let's talk about it. If you're looking to blow up the boss, make sure to have all of the undead bonuses, of course, and then take the best combat gear that you have. Run into the arena, conjure everything up, use the ghost, use split soul, and just camp split soul for the full thing. Throw your death skulls, throw your volley of souls, do damage to the boss, make sure you're using all of the undead like boosts straight away, and make sure you have death mark on, and you'll die pretty quick. Of course, if you get mechanics, just deal with them as you need. You're a high level player, you probably know what you're doing with this. But otherwise, it's all about the undead perks and just do as much damage as you possibly can. Nice and easy. As for AFKing the boss, I have found a way that seems to work most of the time. I can go back-to-back kills here. I'd have to bank, I'd have to get adrenaline, and that revolution bar is on screen right now. You need darkness, you need vampirism aura, you need penance powder, you need to keep track of your prayer, you need to keep track of your overloads, the usual stuff when you're AFKing bosses, but otherwise just keep soul split on, the best DPS prayer you've got. It's high level gear to AFK it, of course it is, and other than that though, it seems to work pretty okay. I'm not saying this is 100% foolproof. There's probably going to be a little bit of RNG involved here and there. You might get blown up by the dinos if Scythe doesn't hit them. Sometimes it doesn't matter if Scythe hits them because you just tank it. So there's going to be a bit of variety here, but I managed to do this for a little while without any issues. So hopefully it works. I'm sure at some point there'll be a better way to do this. If there is, I'll update this section. I'll make a full-on AFK guide for the boss. Other than that though, there's nothing else really to talk about, so hopefully you found this useful. If you did, leave a like, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later guys, bye. Oh, he's dead! Ah, piece of cake. Excuse me? Is that guaranteed? Is it guaranteed? It must be guaranteed, right? There's no way it's not guaranteed. Is it guaranteed, guys? What do you mean? It's guaranteed, right?